The world is witnessing France tearing itself apart, causing disbelief among observers. Macron's control over the country is diminishing, resulting in thousands of arrests and widespread destruction. Schools, community centers, city halls, sports complexes, and post offices have been torched, while looting has occurred in various places, from Lidl supermarkets to Apple stores. Gendarmes and special forces have been deployed to patrol the streets at night, supplementing the overwhelmed police force. Shopkeepers are increasingly expressing their anger, demanding a curfew or resorting to taking matters into their own hands. After 5 days of riots across France, there is a growing sentiment that the current situation is largely a consequence of nearly a quarter-century of neglect by cowardly governments regarding essential law and order. The viral video of 17-year-old Nahel Merzouk, seemingly compliant with the policeman who stopped him on the street, only to be shot at close range, has shocked a majority of France. This sentiment extends beyond the residents of ethnically diverse banlieues like the one he lived and died in. The subsequent march, consisting of 6,000 people demanding justice the following day, was initially considered legitimate but soon escalated disastrously in a manner all too familiar. The riots, accompanied by incendiary accusations of state racism and the desire to harm us, resulted in literal acts of arson, mindless vandalism, and destruction, ranging from bus stop shelters to rows of shops, kindergartens, and social housing. The theft of private and public property has been indiscriminate, ranging from a six-pack of semi-skimmed milk to watches, jewelry, Nike shoes, and baby buggies. During the outbreak of riots, I was attending the Tocqueville Conversations, a conference on the Ukraine-Russian conflict. Eastern Europeans, including Poles, Ukrainians, and émigré Russians, as well as Brits, French, Americans, and Spaniards, watched in increasing disbelief as such wanton destruction unfolded in a supposedly peaceful country. Sławomir Debski, a renowned Polish historian and geostrategist, reflected, "They are destroying the social contract that is essential for democracy." While discussing the cost of rebuilding post-war Ukraine, concerns were raised among us, including the French, about the expenses of rebuilding parts of Marseille, Lens, Bordeaux, and Paris. France has tolerated nihilistic destruction for approximately a quarter-century, a trend that began around the turn of the millennium during the Chirac presidency. Demonstrations and marches, which are long-standing French traditions regulated by the authorities, requiring declaration to the prefecture, including itinerary and timing, have increasingly been disrupted by looters known as casseurs. These individuals not only steal but also break shop windows. The police have engaged with them less and less to avoid accusations of systemic brutality. However, when they do respond forcefully out of exhaustion, a new cycle of catch-up brutality and repression is triggered. The situation reflects poor policing practices. The poorly paid and inadequately trained police officers, known as flics, are deeply demoralized by the inconsistent stop-and-go approach. By 2005, the cycle had spiraled out of control. The deaths of two young men, Zaid Benna and Bouna Traoré, who were electrocuted while attempting to hide from the police in a high-voltage electric transformer, sparked week-long riots. By then, both narratives had become deeply entrenched. Inspired by movements in the United States, activists sought to simplify France's complex views on ethnicity and citizenship. President Emmanuel Macron is cognizant of the Black Lives Matter, George Floyd scenario. This is why he hesitated, waiting 3 full days before deploying the gendarmerie. As of now, he remains hesitant to impose a curfew or deploy the army to patrol the streets. Meanwhile, the situation in France shows little indication of improvement. In fact, the circumstances have become so dire that President Macron has had to cancel his scheduled state visit to Germany tomorrow. Control is rapidly slipping from his grasp, exacerbating the growing sense of unrest and instability within the country. The ongoing turmoil and loss of control in France have captured the attention of the international community. The world watches in disbelief as the nation faces internal strife and widespread violence. The images of torched buildings, looting, and destruction resonate far beyond France's borders, raising concerns about the breakdown of law and order in a country that has long been regarded as a beacon of stability. The situation in France serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of neglected law enforcement and social issues. The deep-rooted frustrations, fueled by years of perceived governmental negligence, have finally erupted into a full-blown crisis. The riots and protests, triggered by incidents of alleged police brutality, have exposed the underlying tensions and divisions within French society. As the unrest continues unabated, urgent action is required to restore peace and order. President Macron faces a daunting challenge in regaining control and addressing the grievances of the disillusioned citizens. It remains to be seen whether decisive measures will be taken to quell the violence and initiate meaningful reforms that can restore faith in the government and rebuild the social fabric of France. The world waits anxiously, hoping for a resolution to the crisis and for France to emerge stronger from this tumultuous period. The international community stands ready to support France in its efforts to overcome these challenges and restore peace and stability